Good evening. It's Thursday, November 8th, and this is Dee Dee, here to answer Heather's question this week. How do I feel about the growth of online learning? And I have to say, I feel quite differently about online learning depending on what age group we're talking about. So that's how I'd like to start. And keep in mind that I'm the parent, I'm not a teacher or college faculty member. So when we're talking about K through 12 education, I have a really hard time imagining online delivery of K through 12. I think it's great that there are supplementary materials that teachers in traditional classrooms could use to enhance their delivery. But to me, at the K through 12 level, socialization is such a great part of what goes on in school, and I have a hard time picturing how that's going to happen in online delivery. So my values would say that it's just not appropriate to have K through 12 delivered in online courses. Moving on to the community college, I can see how the adult population, the adult learners, would benefit from having access to courses through online education. But I come back to saying, what's the mission of the community college? To serve their population, and their population is sort of defined geographically. So as long as the online courses are helping the members of that local community and that local business economic base, then I think that would be an appropriate use of online education. I feel a little bit differently at the undergrad level of a traditional college education, though. To me, college is such a residential experience, and it's not just the classes that help one learn. It's that blend of classes and extracurricular activities and student organizations and a part-time job, sort of feel out different career possibilities and see where you fit. So if you're taking total online courses for undergrad education, I'm not quite seeing how a degree program comes out of a series of online courses, I guess is what I'm saying. And keep in mind, my perspective as one who works in career services and what employers are looking for. It's all those interpersonal skills. It's developing and maintaining relationships, presentation skills, communication skills. And I haven't figured out how those are so developed in online courses. But again, that's probably my lack of experience showing through here. But the place where I see online learning really having a good fit might be for the graduate level courses. By then, the students would have been through a bachelor's degree, especially if in a traditional program had developed those social skills. So we weren't risking losing that opportunity by offering graduate courses as online courses. And actually, at this point in the learner's career, this is when they need the most flexibility so they can balance other demands on their time. It would seem like it would make sense there. So I feel great about that possibility. And I should say that I've personally not taken online classes, so I really don't have a lot of authority on this. I've just observed a lot. I personally am a real sort of traditional learner. I need to be in the classroom. I need to be having discussions. That's a lot of what motivates me to come to class and to continue my education. So that's where I'm coming from. So in a one-word label, I'm pretty hesitant about online learning in general. I want to believe in the potential of it. I think it provides great opportunity for those who aren't available for traditional classroom learning, but those students have to have a whole lot of motivation, more than I have in some cases. And I can see how online learning with multimedia materials can really enhance learning, but as Heather said, it should be totally different. We shouldn't be trying to take a regular classroom experience and just deliver it online. It should be different, and it could be a lot better if done well. My greatest concern about online education, though, is the quality of what's delivered. I think there's just such a wide variety. It's really hard to even talk about the topic because which level are we talking about here, right? Rob's point, could he have learned what he took in an online class all by himself? Did he even need the class to do it? It's a good question. Heather's statistic in her post that 68% of community colleges report that student demand for online education exceeds what they can offer. I'm left saying, why? What is it? And so is it time, and is it the flexibility and all of that? Or is it that somehow the delivery of the courses, students are perceiving it as being easier? I know in Heather's earlier post, she made it really clear how that was not easier. But again, what institution is offering it and what are the standards? I'd be interested in hearing a little bit more about that. And then I guess I'd like to say I'm much more comfortable with blended courses, so using the best materials and the best methods to deliver a real quality program makes sense to me. So there I see a lot of potential for online learning. I found it really interesting that the master's program here on campus, the Library and Information Sciences program, which is a totally online program, still now has decided to require students to come to campus twice a year for a long weekend so that people do have the chance to interact with their classmates, and that facilitates their learning so much better. So kind of confirms my thoughts on the value of in-person communication that way. So I guess I am left with some questions myself. Are the online courses and programs delivering an education or a credential? Participants in these courses are eventually wanting to get a degree, I'm sure. And are they aware of what they are or they aren't getting when they're taking online classes? And what are the accreditation standards for these? And how are online courses or programs evaluated? So bottom line, to me, it's a really interesting time. A lot of potential for this. I'm encouraged by the popularity. I wish I were that brave to want to go and take a whole program online. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about the research on the effectiveness of online education, and I'm eager to see what standards are set by the educational community. So thanks and good night.